family's call for help turns to tragedy. A woman with mental illness dies after police handcuff and pin her to the ground.
When I lay down at night, that's all I see. That's all I hear.
Today, after years of investigations, the officers involved are cleared in her death.
Myself and the family cannot be free until there's justice for Tanisha.
For more than 3 years, the Five on Your Side investigators have been looking into the case and the ongoing probe into Tanisha Anderson's death. Today, a grand jury decided the 2 Cleveland police officers who arrested her before she died aren't responsible and won't be charged.
Now that decision is leaving Tanisha's family in shock. Five on Your Side Chief Investigator Ron Regan has been following this tragic case since day one. And Ron, we learned today there's a change in her listed cause of death.
Well, the grand jury heard from a second medical examiner who blamed a heart condition and medication as more likely to have caused her death, even though the original autopsy ruled it was caused by police restraining her in a prone position. Now, the family's fight for justice began a few days later in a candlelight vigil.
And we are praying this evening for strength.
Tanisha's mother, surrounded by family and friends outside their home. Then, days later,
Justice for whom? Tanisha!
Family members joined community activists, reacting to how a call for help ended in tragedy.
911, do you need police, ambulance, or fire?
It's going to probably be ambulance.
That's the 911 call, clearly asking for an ambulance, not police. Family members of 37-year-old Tanisha Anderson say they called 911 for medical and mental health assistance. This police report we obtained says Tanisha was not violent. Even so, family members say police used what's called a takedown move. Tanisha collapsed and left on a cold sidewalk outside their home until an ambulance finally arrived. A month later, another rally. And by January 2015, the family filed a wrongful death lawsuit.
When any mother hears the cry of her child, asking you to help me, mommy, mommy, help me, help me.
6 months later, the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department finally began an independent investigation into the case. It was eventually handed over to a special prosecutor with the Ohio Attorney General's office. Then, last February, the family won a $2.2 million settlement and unveiled a bronze plaque they would want displayed at the police station near their home, calling for improved policies regarding the mentally ill.
I'm going to continue to fight for the rights for all mentally ill. I can't bring Tanisha back, but there are more, many, many more that needs this kind of help, and that is my goal.
Finally, in August, Attorney General Mike DeWine told News 5 exclusively the case was finally heading to a grand jury.
This matter is very close to going to a grand jury, where people of the county will have the opportunity to hear all of the evidence and make a decision.
Waiting and waiting and waiting just to hear something concerning this case. It's like a weight being lifted.
Well, it was a grand jury investigation that dragged on until today. Now, a police review found both officers violated police procedures, but have remained on the job. They now face a decision on possible disciplinary action, including suspension or even termination. I'm Chief Investigator Ron Regan.